Today, the 12th of April, 1961, the first cosmic spaceship named Vostok, and a man on board, was orbited round the Earth from the Soviet Union. He is Airman Major Yuri Gagarin, an Air Force pilot, a citizen of the Union of the Soviet Socialist Republic.
I wish to say, my fellow citizens, that we shall send to the moon 240,000 miles away from the control station in Houston, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, the length of this football field, made of new metal alloys, some of which have not yet been invented, capable of standing heat and stresses several times more than have ever been experienced, fitted together with a precision better than the finest watch, carrying all the equipment needed for propulsion, guidance, control, communications, food, and survival, on an untried mission to an unknown celestial body, and then return it safely to Earth, re-entering the atmosphere at speeds of over 25,000 miles per hour, causing heat about half that on the temperature of the sun, almost as hot as it is here today, and do all this, and do it right, and do it first. Before this decade is out, then we must be bold. I'm the one who's doing all the work, so we're just going to stay cool for a minute. However, I think we're going to do it. And I think that we must pay what needs to be paid. I don't think we ought to waste any money, but I think we ought to do the job. And this will be done in the decade of the 60s. It may be done while some of you are still here at school at this college and university. It will be done during the terms of office of some of the people who sit here on this platform. But it will be done. And it will be done before the end of this decade. And I am delighted that this university is playing a part in putting a man on the moon as part of a great national effort of the United States of America. Many years ago, the great British explorer George Mallory, who was to die on Mount Everest, was asked why did he want to climb it. He said, because it is there. Well, space is there, and we're going to climb it. And the moon and the planets are there. And new hopes for knowledge and peace are there. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. Thank you.
Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Roger, we got a roll from
Power cleared.
Roger, roll. You're good at 1 minute. Apollo 11, this is Houston at 1 minute. Trajectory and guidance look good, and the stage is good. Over. Apollo 11, right. 35,000 feet per second. Cut off. Going velocity 35,570 feet per second. Altitude 177 nautical miles. Yeah, Houston, Apollo 11 hit that and gave us a magnificent ride. Roger, 11, we'll pass that on, and it certainly looks like you're well on your way now.
This is Apollo Control at 34 hours, 46 minutes. Apollo 11 is presently 131,000 nautical miles from Earth, traveling at a speed of about 4,300 feet per second. During the TV transmission, the crew advised that they may possibly be able to take the color television camera into the lunar module with them tomorrow at about 56 hours, 30 minutes ground elapsed time. They reported that the cables had been checked and appeared to be long enough to take them into the lunar module. This is Apollo Control at 60 hours, 10 minutes. We've reestablished good antenna lock on at this time, and we'll continue to monitor for any conversation from the spacecraft. The crew is presently reestablishing the passive thermal control rotation rate of 3 revolutions per hour. Following that, we expect they will begin their rest period. At the present time, Apollo 11 is 183,821 nautical miles from Earth, and the velocity 3,037 feet per second.
This is Apollo Control, Houston, 83 hours, 21 minutes on the arm of the flight. Meanwhile, aboard the Eagle, apparently Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, although Buzz is doing most of the com check at this time.
Forward. Forward. Good. 40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Straight shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drift into the right a little. 20. Down a half. 30 seconds. Forward. Just. Good. Okay. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. ATA at a descent. Mode control both autos. Engine and command override off. Engine arm off. 413 is in. We copy you down, Eagle. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot. Okay. I'm at the foot of the ladder. The LEM footpads are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches. Although the surface appears to be very, very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder. Ground mass is very fine. I'm going to step off the LEM now. That's 1 small step for man, 1 giant leap